Boom. It's real. It's here. It's now. It's the Tryon Worlds live stream where we will today be talking about rifts, specifically Draumheim, which is an entire zone.
Yeah. It's hard to believe, but it's the center of it is a giant city, but it's actually outside it's a zone.
Gotcha. All right. So let's intro everybody. I'm Cole. I do video stuff, and sometimes I do the live stream. You gentlemen want to talk about what you do and intro yourselves?
Oh, hi, I'm Ross. I am a senior environment artist on Rift. I make a lot of the stuff you guys see in the world. Specifically, this time around, a lot of the Draumheim props, some buildings, boxes, crates, roads.
Mermaids.
Mermaids, lots of mermaids in this thing.
Are you the mermaid artist?
He is.
I'm the merman.
You've done some Achilleos statues as well, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And today I was putting snow on roads.
Nice.
Ah.
Important. Very important.
Yeah. Next down the line.
Oh, wow. Hi, I'm Jason Clark, sound designer. I do noises. Made the ambience that we're going to hear today, a lot of the sound effects, some creatures, Sound of the Nightmare Rift, which comes into play. Terrifying. That's what we were going for. And yeah, that's what I do.
Radical.
And oh, yeah. So I'm Mike D, lead content designer. So yeah, I mean, I think I've been on this journey.
Yeah.
You know what I do.
You ever tell them what the D stands for?
No. That's secret. That's secret.
Oh, Windows is checking. XSplit just crashed, I think.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
Did XSplit crash? Are you guys still seeing us? It's telling us that there's a problem. I'm just going to keep powering through it, and hopefully everything works out. So let's see. Yeah, it says we're still going.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
Screw it.
I guess that program wasn't important.
Yeah. Well, it is very important. It's actually what's allowing us to broadcast. But
oh, I see Seaton.
Seaton's in here. He's talking a lot of crap. He thinks he can beat me at this game, and he cannot. So where are we right now? Are we above?
So we're technically above. We're like at the entrance to Draumheim here.
Okay.
And actually, when you come through this space, naturally, you'll sort of swim through this ocean layer that rests above the zone, and you'll kind of drop right out of it.
We're not going to be fighting anything, right? I'm going to turn up the sound so we get
sure
some nice... Seaton, come on, pal.
But yeah, so now you're on the ground.
Seaton versus Cole.
You're on the ground floor of Draumheim, kind of looking up, and there are these just creatures.
Casual Achilleos swimming around.
Yeah, it's you see that they're like birds in the plain of water. But
it's a mellower Achilleos.
Exactly.
He's the tame Achilleos. So I'm assuming when you're making art for a place like this, they send you on awesome adventures to the Caribbean. You actually go scuba diving.
No, they send us down to Petco and say, look at the fish tank. Well, not that bad. Luckily, there's this thing called the internet that has lots of pictures of things in the water. So yeah, we looked at pictures of coral and plants and fish, and yeah, tried to make it look like the sexiest fishbowl ever.
So was that basically the thesis statement? The marching order was make a fishbowl that is unbelievable, or was there a little more?
Well, basically, yeah. We had gotten a lot of comments in the past about lots of gray, lots of brown, very morose looking. So this time around, we wanted to do something colorful and compelling, and that didn't make people want to write bad poetry and listen to the Smiths all day.
What's wrong with that? Come on.
Well,
you already had that audience covered.
Yeah, those guys were covered. We needed something for the happy players.
Good. And I guess same thing for sound. Is it like when you're making the ambience? Obviously, you didn't get to go to the Caribbean, right?
No, I had to settle for Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Well, and so you got to scuba dive down with an underwater microphone and
all that fun stuff. No, just tried to take our existing water and make it more exotic, more alien, more fitting of a plane of water.
So okay, so you have this ambient water sound, what is the first thing you do to make it more alien? I mean, you can't just get
Ooh.
audio of aliens, really.
No, we took like in Draumheim you'll hear whale songs, but they're pitched way down, so they're very low and very long. And since this is the city of dreams and such, you'll hear the sound of dreams and nightmares in the distance.
Gotcha.
Dreams are represented by laughters, kind of goofy ha 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 stuff, and nightmares are represented by screams.
Mr. Sandman. I really wanted to use that for the 3.0 launch trailer, but I got shot down.
No, it's too bad.
Oh,
That
that's
is,
cool.
yeah, it would be fun.
Try to ask again. Tell them I said it was okay.
Okay, I'll ask again. And so for the quest hubs, is that what you mainly focused on in this? This zone?
Yeah, this zone, if you look at the map, if I had my UI displayed, so what we tried to do from a design standpoint was make sure that each zone had about 3 main hubs to kind of focus the story and the player sort of path through the story quests. So I mean it's towns are kind of challenging because they have a lot of character, they have a lot of density, and so it's hard on the artists, and we appreciate all the work you guys have done to make these towns look so good. But here's an example of one of the smaller towns called Gemini Bluffs, and it's got there's a water rift nearby, but little houses, and I noticed you guys have started doing a lot of props like this.
Yeah,
Draumheim
we've been
themes.
going prop crazy last few weeks, trying to fill in all this huge world we made.
Right, so a lot of cool like jellyfish suspended in globes of water.
Yes,
We've got this cool new porticulum.
I made that.
Oh, you made that?
Yeah.
I told you. See, you did all the mermaids.
So how long did that single thing take you to make?
That was a while ago. I'm guessing 2 weeks. Interesting trivia piece. The ladies on there are actually derived from the elf character model.
Oh, really?
So we posed her up. I made some clothes and new hair for her and the structure around her. And yeah, so if you play a female elf and you look at your character and then you look at the figures on the particulum, you will realize same chick.
That's me.
Yeah.
If I was a female elf, it'd be appropriate for me to say.
So yeah, it's really, and this stuff too. I think, did you do this stuff?
Yeah. Although I don't know why we're seeing like double
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
jellyfish.
But it's a nice effect.
It's a nice effect. Well, I don't know why an underwater world would need to keep fish in fish tanks.
They're dangerous.
Dangerous fish.
Yeah, they're jellyfish.
Actually, I think they're being used as like light sources. So anything you see glowing is actually a trapped fish.
Like
So I'm
the
gonna
bugs in Pitch
bring you
Black.
guys
Yes.
way back right now.
Okay.
Well, I guess not who, but when in the process was it decided that Gaboro Reef was going to be the first thing you see going through the Infinity Gate? Is that on design?
So we wanted to start players with like a brief moment of, wow, I'm underwater. Like this is amazing. The 3D is overwhelming, but not to push that too far because that can become overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted also a place where it was vibrant. Like Ross said, we want to try to get away from browns and really show the lush sort of beauty of the underwater environments. But we also want it to be like an overland zone where you could traverse kind of like a traditional forested kind of zone, and like a coral forest was kind of the first idea that we came up with for this first introductory zone.
So you guys would have a meeting back in the day and say, this first zone is going to be a coral forest, and then you
Right.
bring that design nugget to these two.
Well, actually, we all kind of met in tandem with the
Oh, okay.
artists. Like we had.
Yeah, that's what I guess I'm trying to get at. What is the process?
So basically,
like?
Sven and a lot of the designers, Nick, Ross, a lot of the other artists kind of met in a big brainstorm group at the start of everything, and kind of figured out, well, first of all, which plane do we want to go to?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of, decided together that the plane of water was the most interesting to us. And yeah, that's kind of how it got started.
Yeah, we were given some input. It wasn't entirely design, acting from on high.
Right.
I was actually advocating for Plane of Earth, but I got struck down because everyone was like, "That's brown, dude." So
You can do crystals.
that's what I said. You know,
Well, I mean,
there's colorful dirt.
yeah, the other interesting thing is that the planes don't
That's what I'm
necessarily
saying.
have to be, tied down to what you expect.
Yeah,
right?
of course not.
And one thing that I think, Nick is really interested in doing from a lore standpoint in the future is like treating Earth like, like time, like, geological
Yeah, that's
sort
pretty
of,
fun.
sort of, time and maybe time travel. Who knows?
Oh.
Who knows?
Spoilers.
Okay.
So, funny story, this horse in a dress finds us every live stream and just stands in frame.
Whoever you are, I love you.
Yeah, and I usually scale him like scale 3 or so he's just enormous walking around, if you want to indulge me.
Indulge him. I want to see
I
a huge
indulge
horse dress
away.
wearing gal on a squirrel.
No, even
Oh!
bigger. Small, well, no, let's go big.
Go big.
Let's go big.
Yeah, let's go scale 1.5.
I kind of like, he's kind of drowning, I think.
This way we'll kill him,
Wait,
and he'll never come back.
whoa, his tail is freaking out.
What that squirrel been eating? Eep. There we go.
What a wonderful,
Yeah.
only in Rift, really. Only in
Only
Rift.
in Rift. Only in Rift.
I love that.
Okay, so Draumheim, Gabora Reef is inside of Draumheim.
No, Gabora Reef is actually the first zone. So
Okay,
Gabora
and
Reef-
that's not where we are.
right. Just to give you sort of a sense of the layout. We've got Gabora Reef, which is our starter zone.
Okay.
We've done a walkthrough of that, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you kind of make your way down through this first section of Draumheim,
Gotcha.
which we kind of call the suburbs, and because it's it's got sort of the story about what's going on in the hinterlands, the outskirts of the city, and then you get to the main city. So,
Gotcha.
But oops,
Oh!
Nice.
it's all good.
It's a feature.
Oh, just a
Love letters
casual
from the
water rift
engine.
hanging out
Love
in the
letters from
plane
the
of
engine.
water.
Exactly. But I love the just the scale of everything in Draumheim.
Oh yeah, no, totally. What were the one thing that I find really interesting about this new area is how we're underwater but not floating, but then you can go into water and then float, and then you can swim through a wall of not water and then go back on the ground. What were the discussions to implement that sort of environment like?
Well, I wasn't privy to every conversation, but what it boiled down to is a lot of people had complaints about combat underwater, which was understandable, but at that point we decided we wanted to do a plane of water zone. So how do we make it water but not make people swim all the time? And the drowned or the drained sea seemed to be a logical conclusion, but we didn't want to eliminate swimming altogether. So we thought these vertical walls of water and ceilings of water would allow you to do some really cool and unexpected things with the swimming mechanic without tying you to it the entire time you're playing.
Sure. The drained sea, that's a good way to look at
Yeah.
it.
Dream scene. There you go.
Yeah. And what is this big, beautiful place doing in the middle of the plane of water? Well, I imagine the plane of water just being absolute chaos and horrible water
Right,
beasts, but apparently there are some docile and even nice people that live here.
Right. So Draumheim is sort of the home of the Onir, which are basically manifested dreams from the dreams of all mortals, ascended and Talarans.
So they're the good dreams.
They're the good dreams. They may be a little conflicted and confused about certain human concepts.
A little wacky.
Little wacky, but they're good people for the most part. And you'll sort of meet some of the friendly people like this guard up here. He looks like he's transplanted from Free March or something, but he's actually a dream, a manifested dream from probably a Talaran in Smithhaven or Meridian who's dreaming about being a guard or something like that. But
You just made that up, didn't you?
I just totally made that up.
It's a good story, though.
Too late, part of lore now.
Exactly. But yeah, you'll also find nightmares here,
Like those guys.
like those guys. And so this zone is all about the conflict between dreams and nightmares, and how Lord Arak, the Lord of Nightmares, is kind of instigating a revolution. he's trying to assault the city of dreams, which is Draumheim in the distance here.
Dreams manifested.
Yes.
And I'll just throw in one point about the ambience. Most of the time, when you're in the dream portion of it, you will hear as I mentioned, the laughter of the dreams, and in the distance, you can hear sort of the nightmares, the screams and stuff. And as you enter an area populated by the nightmares, the dream sound goes away, and the sound of the screaming nightmares comes more alive and gets louder and fills up the space more.
They start to coexist.
Yeah, and that was something we wanted to bring out the contrast and the ambience.
Sure.
That's why we chose the laughter versus the screams to represent each.
Yeah, thank you for not doing screams, because
I don't know what you guys dream about, but I dream about like doing my taxes, playing basketball.
Yeah.
I don't dream about Draumheim. I guess I'm not an Ascended though.
I could have a bunch of Ascended running around without any pants on.
Yeah.
They're back in high school.
It's happening again.
In the one of the nightmare zones, it should be about giving a speech in front of like 100 people
right.
in your underwear.
It's a day of finals and you didn't study.
So here we are, sort of in the one of the areas that the fire nightmares, nightmares of fire creatures, they've kind of been compelled by Lord Arak to assault this part of the city, and you can see they've just totally wrecked it. It's pretty wrecked, and you can see that the sky changes and the smoke kind of fills the upper layer.
So for this portion of the map, what did you bring to the art team? Was it like, okay, so the fire guys dreamt something, they messed up the nice corally, this nice corally place, and then how did you possibly find inspiration for this? Messed up coral reefs by fire.
Luckily, that was not my area. Basically, all the pretty stuff I made for the rest of the zone just got knocked over and retextured
Nice.
and set on fire. So from my side, it was pretty easy.
Gotcha.
Oh, and just a quick shout out to Ashbrook. No, never.
But yeah, I mean, so you'll recognize some of the assets from the Rust Harbor area of the Boar Reef, which is also fire themed. But yeah, once you get through that sort of destroyed area, there's the pretty areas sort of come back. We haven't. We're still populating these areas.
Pardon our dust.
Pardon our dust. But yeah, I love the views you can get in pretty much every area of the city. Pretty awesome.
Atop your land shark.
Exactly, my land shark. It's the best shark. Best kind of shark.
I'm kind of disappointed that we lost Horseman.
Horseman? Oh yeah, where'd he go?
In the dress.
He's
Or
probably
I guess
around here
Horse
somewhere.
Lady. Oh, there's Horse Lady.
Nope.
No, that's not.
Yeah, it is.
Wrong colored squirrel.
Yeah,
I think,
Did he or she change squirrels?
yeah, change squirrels.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you can do that.
So is Draumheim sort of the main hub when you're hanging out in 3.0? You come here to
Yes.
look at the auction house to...
Right. So we are treating the palace area of the city as kind of the 3.0 city. So you'll come here for your auctions. There's be a center particulum. I'm sure a lot of people will idle there while they're waiting for zone events to pop, that sort of thing. Yeah, we felt that we didn't originally intend to do that, but we realized that it's a great opportunity, and it does mean that there's a lot more work we have to do. Sorry, Ross.
I didn't want to have a weekend anyways.
But
Can you please finish Draumheim?
You can sleep when you finish Draumheim. And then you can have dreams about Draumheim.
And so what were the asks for Draumheim? Like an ivory tower with, I don't know, whatever.
Well, the great thing about the art team is that we can kind of come up with these crazy ideas, and then they make it look good. Like what the idea we came up with was, we really had no idea what it would actually look like.
Mm-hmm.
We sort of just imagined that there would be this sort of weird kind of unsettling, familiar yet exotic underwater city, and that was we took that to you guys, and I think there's some concept done, and Greg did, I think, the piece that kind of tied it together, which was that I think it was the jellyfish city sketch that he did.
Yes.
But that kind of tied everything together with the jellyfish and
so are you more appreciative when the design team gives you some very specific detailed ask, or do you like it when they're like, yeah, just do whatever, make something cool?
More the second thing.
Yeah, so stop giving such detail.
Well, I mean, we have to have enough detail to get across what they want to get across.
Sure.
But when it comes down to the fine details and what the thing actually looks like and the color palettes and the vibe, that goes to us, and it gives us a lot more room to play and experiment and try new things. And that's one of the reasons that Draumheim looks the way it does, is because they said, it just has to be dreamy and aquatic and go get them. So that's what we did.
And so I'm assuming it's really similar for sound, right? Are you ever asked for is it
something
just
specific?
Yeah, exactly.
It usually happens in stages. For instance, the original Gabora Reef ambience, I just sort of did what I wanted and then presented it and said, what do you guys think about this? And got feedback. Well, change this or implement this or take this out, or we really like this, and just sort of go off that. So I like kind of starting from scratch with my own idea and getting that in and
is that the usual pipeline, would you say?
I'd say probably it goes 50-50. Sometimes I get a very specific request of, we want this specific sound for this area.
We want a bulldozer crashing into a submarine, and
or someone will send me a YouTube video and like, can you make it sound like this?
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's cool too.
Well, I mean, have we talked about voiceover yet? I mean, voiceover is probably one of the biggest things we changed about this expansion.
There's a ton of VO.
Yeah, metric ton of VO voiceover.
We took us 4 rounds to record it all.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was massive. But I mean, we really wanted to, push the story, add a bunch of new interesting characters, and try to voice as much as we could.
And so when you guys have a voice actor come in, obviously you give them the character ahead of time, so they can work on it. Do you supply the character description, or is it more of a...
Well, what usually happens is Jason will kind of give us, the formula he needs, the spreadsheet to kind of, fill out all our VO requests for this expansion.
It's usually pretty simple stuff, like the character's gender, age, a basic description.
It's a man. He's also a fish. He's 160.
And he changes gender halfway through.
Yeah.
Then we'll send that audition.
And he's got a beard.
Exactly. What could be harder,
Yeah.
What could be more easier? So
we'll give those descriptions out to the actors for auditions. We'll get our auditions in and listen to them, decide what we like. And once the actor comes into the studio, that's when we really start building the character.
Sure.
Sometimes their audition will be spot on, and we'll say, do this. Other times we'll hear something in the audition that.
Man, look at this.
Take your audition and give it an Italian accent.
Look at this group
you got an
behind me.
entourage, man.
These guys are frightening.
It's the horse people.
I'm kind of intimidated.
And evil clown.
Kind of intimidated
lady.
right now.
It's like the most bizarre street gang ever.
But yeah,
it's the new wild things.
Nick, our lore lead, wrote a ton of great, VO for ambient stuff, and of course we all worked together on the story quests,
Sure.
all the VO for that. But I think how many lines do you think we had? It was in the
Oh man, the last time I looked at the count, it was almost 2,600.
Whew.
That's not including the Agvan dark speech we did.
Yeah. And how many characters do you think? It's got to be over
That's like
100.
10,000 words.
I know there were something like 400 scripts, but some of those were the same character that just had different scripts in different areas.
Net Twitch, we would love to have Morgan Freeman do one of our voices, but it would be...
This is the city of dreams.
I'm putting my money on that tall fish.
Basically, we can all impersonate him perfectly, so we don't need to.
Why spend the money? It's pointless.
It's a requirement for working here. You must do a spot-on Morgan Freeman impression.
One thing, again, about the jellyfish, because I can't get over this. It is a good sort of centering, landmark orienting device.
It's all right.
Wherever you go in the city, you can kind of see, where that thing is, and
it's always nice to have a POI that you can align yourself to.
That's one of the things I kind of lament about the old world. That a lot of our zones, we tried very hard to have, like Overwatch Keep or Iron Fortress or the Flat Yard and Shimmer Sand, just like central POIs you could see from far away. But this time we really kind of, the artists put in the effort, and the technical artists, actually made it functional. I mean, I don't know if people can really appreciate how sort of hard it was just to get everything like this working as well as it does, and we still got a ways to go.
Sure, I mean, it's basically planning a city.
Yeah, exactly.
A city planner. So people are calling for us to abandon all of our investment into Rift 4.0 and just hiring Morgan Freeman. Basically, we're all fired, and Morgan Freeman is going to be the lone employee of Tryon Worlds.
All your art will be done by Morgan Freeman, all the design by Morgan Freeman.
I'd play that game.
It's an empty box with Morgan Freeman's voice saying, I hope you're enjoying my version of Rift 4.0.
Get busy rifting.
Or get busy done.
We did record some people saying, do you even rift, bro?
Oh, yeah. Brian Sommer did that.
So we could use that.
That's timely.
And that should be the audition for
that wasn't even part of the regular script. Didn't he just throw that out and we thought it was hilarious,
so
we threw it in?
Nick asked him to do it, I think. Let's see. So now I'm entering the main palace area. And I think Justin just recently did this area, right, Ross?
Yes. Sure. Yeah, totally. He did.
Yeah, before it was kind of an in-between land that nobody really looked at.
This got a lot of work early on, and then it was abandoned in favor of everything else, and now we're just kind of coming back to it.
So it's like got a nice
fit and polish
waterfall. This area is going to be where a lot of the daily quest givers, a lot of the merchants are going to hang out. So you can kind of come to a nice, beautiful central area to pick up your quests. But yeah.
Do we know the answer to this question? Maybe someone could answer it. Will any of the Nightmare Tide content be on PTS before release, or is it just going straight to live on October 8th?
We will do sort of an informal open beta.
Okay.
It'll be before launch, of course, but we have to, dot our I's and cross our T's before that. So it'll be soon. It'll be very soon.
Cross our I's and dot our T's.
Exactly.
Our lowercase j's.
Mm-hmm. Who would you say is the best, most handsome voice actor that voiced a character?
Nick
3.0.
Nick.
I think I'm required to say Nick.
Well, I think you did some, right? So.
I did something and Nick didn't like it, so we ended up re-recording it.
Did you ever get? Did you guys ever use Eric Bra?
No, we didn't.
Eric, we've used Eric Bra for a few trailers, and he's always super fun. He does so many good voices.
I think there used to be, like, you could see through the aquarium in there. Like, we need to put some fish there. Or is that is that my reflection?
I'll put it on the list, dude.
Hey, look, I think
more fish.
More fish.
I think that's something else. I could have sworn that was my reflection.
Oh, no.
So, out of all the sound stuff you guys do, what is the most fun for you? I guess what do you look forward to the most when a new zone comes out? Or anything really.
Well, I really like taking the voice-over we get and turning that into a character, not just having just a plain
manipulating it to sound like a demon or
exactly doing the processing, and got to do a ton of that for this release. There were so many new kinds of characters and creatures, and just kind of got to go crazy with it. So that was a lot of fun.
So that's your usual. I'll do that.
I think I spent more time doing voiceover for this release than anything else so far.
Good. Same question, Ross.
What was the question? I was watching Mike run around.
What is? When do you have the most fun here at work? What What would you be working on when I saw you having the most fun you've ever had here at Trine Worlds?
It's probably just as I'm finishing up the models. I mean, there's a lot of
when you get to sit back and go,
and be like, and those last few color tweaks and brush strokes, and adding that effects layer to the shader, where it goes from kind of matte and dull to shiny and reflective.
basking in your own work.
Yeah, just appreciating. Yeah.
I see Dawn. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
I see Dawn.
Is that our Dawn?
Dr. Dawn, yes.
Dr. Dawn. Hi, Dr.
Dr.
Dawn.
Don D.
Dr. Dawn.
Long time no see.
Yes, who was a former sound designer here. Did great work.
He said, "We did use Eric Bra, by the way."
Oh, not for this release. We didn't. I know we have used him in the past.
Yeah, when are we going to change Crucia from the loading screen to something else?
We did.
I think we did.
Yeah,
Oh, we
it's
did?
different now.
Actually,
Yeah,
this
okay. Right on.
this build, yeah.
I'm an idiot. Those are some of my
God, this
favorite
is right,
models in the
man.
entire game, by the way.
Those blue dudes?
Yeah, the blue dudes. I love those guys. Will Harbinger be just a good pyro? I don't know, I guess so.
He's going to be a great pyro. If he believes he can be a great pyro.
R.I.P. Cruise.
Still got your horse squad. Can we go get a close-up of those blue guys? They're my favorite.
We should make a Blue Man group.
That's too easy. Too easy. I haven't seen those. Those
What
are
do
weird.
you like about them?
Are you?
Their chin waddle.
They're just interesting. They're interesting creatures.
No, I agree. I think they're from Ember Isle, actually.
Yeah,
so-
they've
No,
been
yeah,
around for a while.
they're from
Someone's asking about
for sure.
Yanis. No, he's not Greek. It's he's Australian, isn't he?
Yes.
Australian.
Aussie.
Os.
He could probably beat us all up.
Yes.
He's immune to most venoms.
He loves Vegemite.
Yeah.
This might turn out badly.
He's our audio director, by the way. If anyone doesn't know.
Oh, that's right. I'm in Viz.
He's my boss.
Put Crucia gear in login screen as a wardrobe set. That sounds like a direct order from a viewer.
Really?
Yeah.
Crucia gear.
We'll,
for
we'll
males
have to
and
do
take
it.
that under
females.
consideration.
Crucia gear only for dwarves now. Dwarf males.
The new winter Crucia
I'm going to
collection.
cosplay that next year's E3, by the way. Male dwarf in Crucia gear.
So, the city of Draumheim is not the only, place in Draumheim. There's also the southern areas, like this temple.
That's where the best barbecue is.
Mm-hmm.
best barbecue.
What do you suppose the people of the no,
This is going to be a good question.
it was such a stupid question. I'm not even going to ask.
Oh, come on!
It was just do the people of the water realm eat?
Fish food.
Where do they eat?
What do they eat?
Well, I mean, you can see right here. I only have to step like
eat?
3
You
feet.
is
There's
it
a school of
fish, really?
I don't know. Maybe they eat. I don't think they need to eat.
They
But-
keep cows in big boxes of air.
Yeah. I will say there is. There's a
cows.
farm.
Sea cows.
There's a farm over here called Headfell Farm, and it's kind of where, if they wanted to eat, if they
They would
needed
farm.
to. Yeah, they farm. There's some weird stuff they're growing.
Do you
there.
think there's trading
I wouldn't eat there.
going on in between the all the different realms, the water, the realm of water,
I would
do we
think
even
so.
call it realms? What do we call it? Planes.
Planes.
Got
Yeah.
it. That's why I was so tripped up. Okay. You don't think that they trade?
I think they trade.
You don't think they're in cahoots?
I don't see them on the roads, carrying, or having, caravans. I think what they probably do, at least our enemy factions, they kind of, all the invasions in the Colossi that harass the roads.
Mhm.
I think they store all their cargo inside their bellies,
Gotcha. Okay.
and then ship them.
After
to,
saying cahoots, I've realized we need a plane of cahoots. That should be 4.0. Plane of cahoots.
Let's see
What
whoa.
the?
What the
What's Star
hell?
Fox doing in there?
I have never seen this.
So
The Temple of the Corgi.
Captain Cursor set this up. It's It's amazing, actually.
Killing me with your questions. I'm trying to work, and you're killing me. Yes, there's a giant trade city effect. The guard station is that. They have portals to all the other places and everything, and you hear them on the guard network and everything, but you can't get there because you can't go through the water. Stop it with your questions.
What do they trade, though? What do they trade?
They trade everything. They want source stone, but they trade different things from different layers because there's different types of water. Some water is completely solid. Other is ice.
That's called
never
ice.
melts.
They sell ice tests?
No. Like,
They give ice to the fire as a fire plane.
things. Well, don't sell anything 'cause they're all dead.
Thank you for clearing that up. I'm sorry that I. This is our lore guy. Our lore guy, by the way.
Can get Torque and Glacier done.
Thanks,
He's,
Nick. Bye, Nick.
He's very perturbed.
And
by
we
Check
my
out
questions.
Bottom Town, by the way.
Try working 2 desks from that guy. Seriously.
So you
What-
will actually see some
Oh, the Lanquarium. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
Lanquarium. It's actually a nice sort of like if there weren't so many hostile mobs around here, you'd come here for a picnic, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
With all the-
those bunnies aren't really hostile.
With all the food and stuff you get from see if that is Nick.
Gotcha.
Nick would point out. Oh, that looks
More
ominous over
guys having a
there.
minor stroke. No, that's his normal mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very calm today.
You don't want to see him in his stroke mood.
Freezing?
Nice.
None of us want to see that.
No. Yeah, what spawned that eating question and trading question was you mentioned that in the South they had great barbecue. So I was wondering,
Oh, I
there
see.
must be like delicatessens from like the fire plane really wants the southern home cooking of the water plane.
Exactly.
Great
Exactly.
sushi in Draumheim.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure there's tons of sushi consumption in Draumheim.
So here you see we've taken some old some
I've
kind
never
of familiar,
seen that bridge before.
some familiar sites and kind of what's going on here is Lord of Rock has like taken all the fears and nightmares of the Ascended and he's created like nightmares in the south of this zone, and the players have to go in and kind of resolve them.
So they got to go into the nightmare version of Sanctum.
Yep. And then there's one for Meridian over here.
So
And
some
then-
poor sap back in Talara,
Yeah.
just one night had a nightmare
Yep.
about Sanctum,
Yeah. And then look what
and
happens.
it's manifested. So how do they choose which dreams get manifested? Who chooses
Well,
that?
Lord of Rock is really the one who's
And he picks and chooses?
He picks and chooses,
So
yeah.
wouldn't he just stop all good dreams from happening? Like being
I don't think
manifested?
he's that powerful. He wants to
Oh.
become that powerful, but
He's Lord of
What
Nightmares,
a
not Lord
noob.
of Dreams.
exactly.
What a
exactly.
noob.
Seriously.
I'm more powerful than that guy.
What do you think that is right there?
Port Sion.
It looks like 3 port signs.
It looks like it's a little Port
If
Sion.
1 Port Sion is good, 3 Point Sions is even better.
Maybe it's 4. But yeah, here for example is another nightmare of Lord of Rocks. What if the plane of water, or sorry, what if Port Sion was like multiplied around you and was corrupted by death? This is like the moment of every Talaran's worst day when Port Sion was ravaged by Alsbeth. And so-
Catalia's got a great question. Have you put any thought into equipping all of the main cities, Sanctum, Tempest Bay, this new city, with all the activities, bank, dailies, crafting? This would greatly reduce the lag if we had 2 to 3 cities to do all of the level cap stuff in.
So we are kind of, everything is not going to be in one area. We're kind of apportioning things into the different areas of the city. But yeah, that's definitely not a bad idea. We are, we're probably going to ship with this orientation. And as you've seen, when we find that things aren't working, we change them. So
I was really laughing at this comment.
nice.
Port Sionception?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Just to make you guys all jealous, I actually saw what the inside of Port Sion looked like when there still was an inside of Port Sion.
Nice.
That's how long I've been here.
How long have you been here?
It'll be 7 years in January.
Oh my God! I thought I was gonna compete with you, but I don't even come close.
So the other thing that's interesting is you can, I'm just gonna fly straight up here.
You've got to be like employee number 6.
No, surprisingly, I'm like I think I'm 60 or 61.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm definitely got a little dust on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, back to the ocean layer.
Up with the Achilleos.
Yeah, they're
The
elites.
Achilleoi.
They're elites.
Achillei.
Akvan
Achillei, there we go.
creatures up here.
Oh, you can actually fight those guys.
Oh yeah.
I thought they were strictly ambient.
You probably don't want to.
You have to get
you
your
can see,
fishing
like-
Could
skills
you solo
really good.
Achilleos if you were max level back in Hammer now, you think?
Ooh.
I'm not sure actually. I think
Seaton, go do it now. And report back. We'll wait.
actually let me go to the farm over here.
How does crafting change in 3.0?
That's a good question.
Do you guys know? I don't think these guys are the crafting squad.
Yeah, Lisa Fratha is the in charge of crafting. She might be in this channel right
Seaton,
now. I don't know.
are you being serious? Can you really
Not even a challenge.
solo Achilleos? You can 3-man Achilleos currently, so solo at 65 if possible. Gotcha, okay.
Man, look at this dude right here.
Sweet.
He's got a Harbinger axe. It's a terrifying combination. Stop moving.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
Nice.
I love the green goop inside him. Nightmare juice, I guess you can call that.
Yeah. Let's see how he dies.
He just sort of
Quickly.
goes to sleep.
He slipped on a banana peel.
I was gonna say it looks like like a 4-year-old throwing a tantrum. That's what it looked like.
So here's the farm that I was mentioning before.
Oh. Lovely.
Well, so they grow weird fruit here. There's some skull fruit.
Is it organic?
I don't know. I don't
Locally
see
sourced?
the certified organic tag on it.
No.
I'm
Fair
not
trade?
gonna, I'm not going to check either because
Pesticides.
that looks like diseased or something.
What spec would you have to use, Seaton, to do it? Better yet, let me pick the spec, and then you can track.
Take him down with a bard.
So,
I do not want to know what's going on.
yeah, this is really bizarre.
Oh, I remember that creature.
Yeah. Not good.
He's sort of leaking bug juice into a wooden bucket.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. The other way is he's feeding the town.
Yeah, that's where they get the eggs.
Oh.
You want a Draumheim omelet? That's where it starts.
Yeah, don't eat the eggs.
Don't eat the eggs in Draumheim.
I'm trying to remember what we used for the sound of the drops hitting. Some pretty gross stuff, I'm sure.
Bucket of hair gel and a rubber glove.
Maybe. Mud in a bucket or something.
I was a bucket? I don't know. Were you, Catalia?
Huh?
I has a bucket?
Oh, it's a meme thing. I get it.
Oh, it's a
I'm
meme
on the
thing.
internet. I know what that means.
And I'm dyslexic, and
I got that reference.
read it incorrectly. That's where 3.0 drinks come from. That's an apt analysis.
Are they hearing the sound of the game or just us?
Both,
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, no, they're hearing the sound. I could really crank
is,
it up.
Is the
Yeah, crank it up.
is the Bottom Town discotheque up and running where you can check that out?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's go check out the discotheque, and then we can give things to people. I
yes.
I'm
guess.
very happy that I got to write a disco song for Rift.
I haven't heard this yet.
You haven't heard
I'm
it?
Curious, yeah.
So do you know?
It's
I
the
think
best
it's in.
disco song ever.
Is it in the?
I don't know. There's some really good disco songs out there.
Is it in the bar in or the tavern?
Nick was showing it to me.
Let's
Yeah, I
see.
think that's where it is.
I want to love you, pretty young thing.
I was going for more of a
Little
Nile
MJ?
Rodgers thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm all for MJ. I don't know if that counts as disco though.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
afterward.
that's
It's a fusion.
that's the transition.
It's the
Yeah.
transitional period.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones did
Oh,
some
here
disco.
Nick comes. I think.
Oh no!
Oh, geez. We're gonna get-
How did I upset him?
disco, you're going to be disappointed unless you complete the quest.
Okay, I won't go there.
So can you complete quests in this character?
Yeah. What's the quest?
Just give yourself the quest, your disgusting habit, and then complete quest, your disgusting
You're
habit.
disgusting. Or I can just add quest history, right?
Sure, but if you just give it and complete it, you'll be at the right step.
Quest history or... Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's see. Give quest.
We're going to give things to people today. Magnus Galevis.
Wonderful things.
Needful things.
Okay.
And
now
then it's
we
just...
have a bug on it, so we'll see.
So where do I actually go for this?
Behind the giant, there's
This
a
giant?
little area.
This giant?
Yes. So back. Yeah. No, keep going straight. No, start. Turn. Yeah.
Ah. Holy
Oh!
That's amazing.
Nice. I don't hear any disco though.
That's the bug.
Oh.
That's what you were waiting? That's what you were waiting to tell us? After we went through all the, jumped through all the hoops.
I thought this
The
was
bug
in
is that
already.
there's no music.
It is in. There's a bug on the
Oh.
prerequisite in it because.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
You have to supply your own disco, guys. Sorry.
Could probably just leave it there as we do giveaways.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
Oh,
a-
yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Adds to the festive nature.
Yeah, let's do one patron pass for 30 days
Nice.
and a duck or two. I'm typing to one of our community
John
people.
Travolta fish. We're gonna make that happen.
I don't
As
know
long
what
as
the-
Colt isn't singing, what are you talking about? I'm Michael Jackson reincarnate.
It looks like the Yeti is learning to
Right?
dance.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Duck. Duck.
Duck.
No,
Duck.
that's not.
Goose.
That's not the chant. There you go, Fayerin.
Quack.
Fayerin got it. It's quack. Yeah.
Quack.
Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna start rolling for ducks. 2 ducks. Ahem. Oh, the giveaway thing's working again.
Hey.
It came back.
There you go.
Mighty Ducks was very
chat is
influential
blown up with
to my
quacks.
childhood.
That was more
Emilio
the Dark
Estevez.
Wing.
I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
bad for the guy who comes up with the greatest comment ever mentioned on this live stream because it's just
Quack, quack, quack,
Because
quack.
it's surrounded by quacks.
quacks. The cure
All right.
for cancer is. Brrr.
What the hell? I guess we're gonna have to
Works
use.
at Affleck.
Okay, come on,
Disco Duck.
work. We might have to use stupid Nightbot. I mean, really great
Awesome
Nightbot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really great. You don't want to make him
Don't make
angry.
Nightbot.
Do not want to make that guy mad. Go. Tigressa currently follows a channel. Let me please just select you. Stop typing. There we go. Tigressa. Congratulations, you are going to be the recipient of a super cool duck.
Yay.
How much? I got permission to give away 2 ducks. Wait. Sarah, what's that? What's that third key? Okay, let's do another duck while I'm getting more answers. If I can remember how to do it. There we go. Keep quacking. As Kane. Congratulations, As Kane. You're going to be the recipient of a duck. Okay, so the third one, what is the fourth?
kids still say that?
I guess YOLO.
What is the fourth? That's what a lispy Jedi believes in.
A Jedi with lisp. What is the fourth? So I guess we're done with ducks. Now we're gonna do, yes, we're gonna do Ultimate Super Extra Amazing Excellence Collector's Edition.
Wow.
The best one,
The best?
the biggest
Wow.
one. Yeah,
It's impressive.
it's impressive. I want this one, so I hope, I hope Nightbot picks me. Oh, so the third one is Patron. Okay, got it. First, because the Ultimate Nightmare Edition is the biggest of the prizes, we're going to do 30-day Patron Pass. Yeah. Somniac currently follows this channel. You're the recipient of a 30-day Patron Pass.
Hey.
Yay.
Congratulations.
And there was much rejoicing.
There was a moderate amount of rejoicing because there will be much rejoicing for the next prize I'm about to give away. Super Ultra Edition Collector's Nightmare Extra Amazing Edition.
Hyper fighting.
Hyper Fighting. And the winner is Ral Luan. Congratulations, Ral Luan.
Hey.
Well done.
Hey everybody, thanks a whole bunch for tuning in and watching us laser dance with a horse and a dress. And thank you guys for talking about the hard work you guys put in on Draumheim.
You bet.
Yeah, you should come back every day
I do. Not here. But
into this room,
okay.
and we'll live stream it.
Cool. Sounds
Yeah.
like fun.
Good.
Got it.
Anytime.
So yeah, I think we're gonna switch over to Trove momentarily. So you should stick around, and we'll talk about Trove and
Yay.
all the amazing things that are happening in that game too.